Hello and welcome to this presentation on drama and theatre at Hills Road. My name is Richard Fredman and I am head of the Performing Arts Department, and I direct a show in Year 13 and the annual Fringe show.
Hello, my name's Lydia Ayres. I teach on the Drama and Theatre A-level course and I direct the Year 12 Christmas Enrichment production.
Hello, I'm Amelia Perry and I took drama at Hills Road along with history and film studies.
Hello, I'm Jake Dan and I also did drama at Hills Road alongside history and English literature.
Thanks very much. So those are your presenters for today. These are the voices that you will hear, and I'm now going to share with you a little presentation and we will take you through it. Alrighty, so drama and theatre. So we have two core subjects in the Performing Arts Department, which are dance and drama and theatre. And here are our support teams. So with this goodly crew, I oversee the department's annual production of 5 staff-directed productions and our admin and technical staff. Over to Lydia.
So when I work on the Year 12 Christmas Enrichment production, I work closely with our technical manager, Brendan, on all aspects of the management of the project, most excitingly on the set design. I also work closely with our technician, Alex, on lighting and sound, and with our wardrobe manager, Linda, on costume. And now over to Amelia.
So yeah, as I said, I did drama at Hills Road and I loved all the opportunities that I got. In Year 12, I saw 8 shows at professional theatres and 8 shows at Hills Road. I performed last year and loved playing Rachel Crabb in Lydia's fantastic enrichment show, One Man, Two Governors. And in Year 13, despite COVID restrictions, I completed both a devised project and a scripted performance of Samuel Beckett's Endgame. And then currently I'm working on Richard's ensemble show of Under Milkwood. Over to Jake.
So like Amelia, I was in Lydia's excellent enrichment production of One Man, Two Governors. Here I am playing the pretentious actor Alan Dangle. And since then, in Year 13, I've been doing my devised performance, which we almost finished. We made very good nonetheless. And my scripted performance of Harold Pinter's Dumbwaiter, which was very fun to put on to our friends. And I'm also currently in Richard's production of Under Milkwood, so we're busy with rehearsals for that.
And Under Milkwood is opening next week. So we've got a lot to get through, so we shall move on fast. So we need to cover the 2 curricular productions of our set texts, a wide range of shows that we see, the 2 major curricular practical exams using 12 different practitioners, all supported by a drama options programme of professional after college classes and backed up by 4 staff-directed drama productions as part of the enrichment programme, including a visit to the Edinburgh Fringe Festival, as well as a range of independent student productions.
So we've got a lot to get through because we like to keep busy. We're going to give you a flavour of all of this now, as well as a peek into our spaces here on site and some behind the scenes action in our promotional video.
The thing I really love about theatre studies is the way it introduces you in such a short time to such a wide range of plays, playwrights, stars and practitioners. Before I came to Hills, I expected it to be really theoretical, but the teaching has been really practical, and I've had the opportunity to work with dozens of students from different schools and youth groups from across Cambridge.
Everyone is united in their goal of creating something that's brilliant, and that's what I love. It really has benefited me being in a place where people genuinely love learning and love what they do.
So I've already been involved with 2 enrichment plays, Christmas Carol and Caucasian Chalk Circle. And it's great because you can get involved with loads of people and really produce something you're proud of. But you don't have to be part of the cast. You could go backstage, help with technical side or costume design. There's really loads of ways you can get involved and have some fun.
I staged my own production and I directed a piece called Betrayal by Harold Pinter, and it was great because the project was entirely in my own hands and I had the costume department to help me out, and I had a wonderful set designer who built my set for me, and I got to work really closely with people that I really get on with, and it was a really invaluable experience.
One of the most exciting bits of the Hills Road theatrical calendar is the annual Babylon Theatre Fringe Show. Every year we make an original, brand new show from scratch with a group of our leavers just before they go off to drama school or university. We work with a professional director, a writer and a professional composer to make a piece that's going to go up to Edinburgh, the largest arts festival anywhere in the world, with literally hundreds of companies producing thousands of plays. And our students are up there in front of a proper public audience for the first time. You'll have heard students in that video calling the subject theatre studies. That's what we call it internally, although its formal title is now drama and theatre.
In the video you met Rihanna. She went on to get an A-star with us, then joined us to make the Babylon Fringe show. And then she interned with us for a year making her own show called Those People. And she's now at East 15 Drama School.
And with her in the other half of Those People is Laura. Laura also got an A-star in drama and has now begun her training at École Philippe Gaulier in Paris. He is a famously fearsome teacher of clowning, and here are some of his famous alumni. So Laura is in very good company.
This is Ollie. He managed to get top marks for both of his practical projects, and like Rihanna, has also started at East 15 Drama School.
And this is Tom, who wrote and performed his own sketch show at Hills and was in every enrichment show going. He got an A-star and is now at Durham University.
This is Gio, you saw in the video. She got an A-star. She's now at York, studying on their directing and writing BA.
So why should you take drama and theatre? Well, here's an overview of the skills you will develop on the course.
Drama is all about people and how and why they do what they do. So we're always thinking about psychology.
We also need to understand characters and their actions and the world they live in. So thinking about sociology, history, politics, philosophy, religion and law.
We need to understand their world of work, their culture and their language. So depending on the character, we might look at culture, science, criminology, language, art, economics and ethics.
And we need to work openly, honestly, truthfully with each other. And so we work as collaborators, as interrogators, as supportive critics and as friends. We're going to show you a very quick overview of the course now.
There is a single written exam that is worth 40% and involves the study of 2 set texts and a range of live theatre review, one of which you will pick to write about in the exam. Then there are the 2 practical exams on the right-hand side of the screen, worth 60%, one devising exam and one text-based exam, each supported by the techniques and theories of a different practitioner.
On the course, we develop your skills as an actor, as a director, and also as a designer. We're constantly using practical work to inform our understanding. Amelia, can you tell us a bit about how you approached the written paper?
Yeah, so we tackle each individual element during the year, writing short answers based on our practical work, and then wrote a full exam practice in the summer, and then a full mock exam in year 13. But the skills apply across the whole course, so we're kind of developing all of the time.
Jake, can you tell us about the first of the two set texts, please?
Yes, so for Bronte, you have to write a design concept for a set, lighting and costume, as well as be able to say how you would direct the actors. So we staged the whole play in Lower Six in a workshop production, which was really helpful. And Bronte is a very powerful play, which is about women winning the right to be recognised as brilliant writers in their own right.
And then for our second text, we took on the Caucasian chalk circle, and we got to work in kind of an ensemble style, which was really cool. And it's a really open show, so we could kind of create our own interpretation. And I worked with a small team to really develop my directing skills. And it tackles modern and hugely relevant themes of social inequality and the fight for justice.
These are two very rich, very challenging plays that enable us to work in different styles, including psychological realism, expressionism, ensemble theatre, physical theatre, and epic theatre.
They introduce us to and develop our understanding of four key practitioners: Bertolt Brecht, Complicité, Shared Experience, and Konstantin Stanislavski.
What about the productions we go and see?
Well, fortunately, last year we saw a lot. For example, The Lovely Bones, with its amazing two-way mirror ceiling that covered the entire stage.
We also saw Wise Children. It was a fantastic musical storytelling style.
We saw Bridge Theatre's Promenade Midsummer Night's Dream that was incredibly clever and funny and really brought Shakespeare to life.
We saw Frantic's Assembly, I Think We Are Alone, with amazing sliding screens, brilliant lighting and really moving performances.
We saw Bert and Nazi's One, which showed us how incredible clowning can be up close.
We saw It's True, It's True, It's True, a brilliant devised piece that was totally hilarious, but also really gut-churning.
We saw I Will Be Everything, which was a fantastic example of verbatim theatre using the actual words of children dreaming up their future.
And we saw Gecko's Institute, an extraordinary combination of dance and clowning. I've never really seen anything like it before.
And we saw and performed in an amazing range of work at Hills itself. Gilgamesh and Me, Temper Theatre's Night Shifter, Matter of Life and Death, Those People, Playhouse Creatures, One Man, Two Governors, Joseph K, Measure for Measure.
So, Lydia, the obvious frequently asked question here is, how did we make all this work while theatres were closed during various lockdowns?
Well, the good news is that theatres are opening again. Hooray! And we have actually been straight back to them. Only last week, taking our entire Year 12 cohort to the fabulous Oleana at the Cambridge Arts Theatre. That's very exciting. During lockdown itself, we ran a programme of screenings at the college on a large screen so we could watch together. And we watched Wise Children together. We watched Jane Eyre from the National Theatre. We watched Small Island, then Gecko's The Wedding, and many more. So with or without lockdowns, our students have access to a vast reservoir of other shows via our Digital Theatre Plus college licence and our own archive of some really amazing shows.
Thank you. What happens in a typical lesson, Amelia?
So it's really practical. Warm-ups are fun, but they're always targeted towards the development of specific drama skills through the techniques that you can see on the slide, possibly. Yes, we do whole class workshops to explore styles and practitioners, and then we break up into smaller groups to work on the plays.
How have you made this work during COVID, Jake?
It's been mostly similar. The difference is that we've had to maintain basic social distancing in open workshops. Our full group sessions take place in the college's large, well-ventilated hall. For small group work, we're in performance bubbles. Since April, things have felt pretty much back to normal, and all 50 Year 13s were able to develop and perform some brilliant pieces for their final exam.
Another key element of the course is developing and understanding the work of key practitioners, the directors and designers who have most influenced modern theatre in Britain and indeed around the world. The two practical projects must be informed by their work. Our ambition at Hills is to give you the widest possible choice. Over the last few years, our students have staged pieces in the style of
Stephen Berkoff, Bertolt Brecht, Peter Brook, Complicité,
Dario Fo, Frantic Assembly, Gecko and Headlong.
Katie Mitchell, Shared Experience, Max Stafford Clark, Konstantin Stanislavski.
We believe it is this range and the sheer level of exposure and stimulation that enables our students to perform so well in exam.
The full list of practitioners includes top designers, as well as those who specialise in verbatim theatre or puppetry, or multimedia or site-specific work.
So now let's move on to the two practical exams. You'll get a flavour of these in some video clips shortly, but here are some images of some top pieces. So the devising exam: in a group, you create an original piece of theatre between 20 and 30 minutes long. So some recent successes at Hills include...
So this is a piece called The Lover's Escape, which this group used Knee High as their practitioner, and they were all awarded a star.
Then this is On the Street, inspired by Dario Fo, an Italian practitioner, and it's a knockabout story of homeless people infiltrated by undercover police. The whole cast got either A or A star.
This is an image from a piece called Love Mum, where this group used Frantic Assembly as their practitioner, physical theatre company, and they explored the topic of dementia. It's a very emotional piece, and the whole cast was awarded a star for it.
Called The Rift, inspired by Gecko, a physical theatre and clowning company, and the whole cast was awarded either A or A star.
This image is from a piece called Grey is a Beautiful Colour, which was a story of a dystopian future, inspired by a headlong production of 1984. And again, the whole cast and the director of the piece was awarded a star.
And this is a piece called Prometheus Rebound, re-examining the Wall Street crash, and was inspired by Complicité. The whole cast was awarded a star. So in the text exam, you stage 3 extracts, each from a different play, and the final piece is presented to a visiting examiner. So recent successes at Hills include...
Attempts on Her Life, a fantastic, hilarious and disturbing play written by Martin Crimp. The cast performed in the style of Peter Brook, and they both got a star.
The Birthday Party, absurdist fiction from Harold Pinter, performed in the style of Stephen Burkoff. The whole cast and its director awarded a star.
This is from a piece called Angels in America, a phenomenal, very moving, very emotional play about the AIDS epidemic by Tony Kushner. They performed in the style of Konstantin Stanislavski, and both were awarded a star.
And Pool No Water is a powerful play about exploitation and guilt by Mark Ravenhill. It was originally commissioned by Frantic Assembly, so the group performed it in their physical theatre style, and the whole cast was awarded A or A star.
These images are from a piece of Rosencrantz and Guildenstern Are Dead, a fantastic absurdist masterpiece by Tom Stoppard. They performed in the style of Complicité and were all awarded a star.
And then here we have Burkoff's The Trial, which is a large ensemble piece. It was performed in the style of Stephen Burkoff, a well-known physical theatre and clown practitioner, and the whole cast and their director were awarded a star. So Lydia, what else do we do to support students in the classroom work?
So we have 3 main sources of extra support and stimulation. Firstly, there are regular progress review meetings and one-to-one coaching on written work and performance from teachers, ably supported by our 2 brilliant interns.
And secondly, there's our options programme. You can see the courses available there. Amelia, what can you tell us about options, and which ones did you do?
Yeah, they're really brilliant. Each year you get to choose 2 out of the 5 options. In year 12, I did screen acting and physical theatre, and in year 13, I did improvisation and puppetry.
And thirdly, there are our fantastic high-quality enrichment productions. So we have staff-directed shows. You're going to see here an image from, we've mentioned it already, One Man, Two Governors, which was our last full-scale Year 12 Christmas enrichment production. It's a modern play in the style of Commedia. You can see here the waiter Alfie being hit round the head with a cricket bat. And here's an image from a production, a Year 13 enrichment production called A Matter of Life and Death, which is a knee-high show in which we created heaven beautifully, amazingly out of an array of fantastic lighting and parachutes. Really gorgeous.
And then we moved on in year 13 to a dystopian production of Shakespeare's Measure for Measure, highly stylized, highly slick, using live projection on stage. And then we followed that up with our summer production, which is a Babylon Theatre show, which was destined to go to the Fringe, but our 12 intrepid performers were not to be daunted by a mere lockdown and insisted on carrying on and making their own film based on the Ubu plays by Alfred Jarry, which was screened on YouTube and is still available.
We also have student directed shows. So we open up the theatre to you. You can pitch to put on a play that you love, a play that you're passionate about. And student shows vary from year to year. So recently we've had a production of Stage Fright. We've had Endings, which is an original play. After Liverpool, Joseph K, a really fantastically funny dystopian production. Playhouse Creatures, Last 5 Years, and very moving play Betrayal by Harold Pinter.
And sadly, that's one thing that our year couldn't get back. We had so much planned. We were going to do 2 musicals, 2 plays and a showcase, but there would have needed to be rehearsals last summer during lockdown. But I'm sure you will be able to make your own shows here when you come to Hills Road.
And the current year 12 are doing precisely that, rehearsing hard for a new student-written original musical adaptation called Cluedo. And that will be one of the first things that we see on our return in September.
So we're moving to a close now. We've talked the talk, we've shown you some very pretty pictures, but what about our exam results? So after the last 3 years, over the last 3 years, 94% of our drama students achieved the highest grades, compared to only 59% nationally. But that doesn't actually give you the full picture of just how thoroughly we prepare our students. Here's a more precise breakdown, grade by grade. So as you can see, in 2020, the national figure for A star is 17%, whereas ours is a staggering 67%. Nationally, 12.5% of students got an A star, whereas for us, this was 22%. In other words, 1 out of every 5 of our students achieved the very highest grade.
And our average grade score, as you can see on the right of that screen, was 4.8, which was actually the highest in the college. So yes, this was a very talented cohort of students who are now at a range of institutions from Oxford to the Central School of Drama, but we also gave them the support and structure to enable that success. The proof is in our added value. If you look at this slide from the last full set of value-added scores in 2019, you can see the black wavy line, which is the college average. Each of the red vertical bars extends beyond it, telling us that our students on the left-hand side with the lowest GCSE average scores have exceeded expectations, as have those with the highest GCSE scores on the right-hand side. You can also see that we've helped those in the middle. In fact, every single GCSE band has been able to exceed expectation because of the opportunity, the challenge and the support that we offer.
Finally, our student destinations. So this slide shows you where some of our recent students have gone on to. This is just a tiny snapshot. The fact is we have ex-drama students who work in banking, in insurance, in business.
We have students who've become psychologists, social workers, therapists.
We've got students who've become lawyers, executive directors, even doctors. And then, of course, there are those whose careers are in drama or closely associated professions such as television or film. So here are a few ex-students and where they have ended up a few years after leaving Hills Road Drama.
So Hannah Morris trained at the London Drama Centre and is now a professional actor. I saw her only 2 years ago on stage at the National Theatre with Ralph Fiennes. Jo Newman went to Birmingham University to do drama, formed her own company and is now resident director at the Salisbury Playhouse. Polly Ingham Watt studied history and politics at York and then became general manager of the Oxford Playhouse and is now working for the National Trust. Jo Bass went straight into work on an apprenticeship for Britain's Got Talent and is a freelance TV producer. And Andy Lake went to York University to study writing and directing and is now a presenter with his own show on BBC Radio Cambridgeshire.
And here's just some of those who did drama here and got into Oxford, Cambridge or Durham. If that's your aim, we won't hold you back. And here's a fun fact, 75% of all of our ex-drama students go on to study at Russell Group universities.
And we're particularly proud of our resident training company, Babylon Theatre, and think it is one of the reasons for some of these students' success.
Boo Boo Killer King was Babelin's 16th show. Here are some of the company's many review highlights.
And the amazing thing is that ex-Hills drama students have created no less than 25 professional theatre companies since the year 2000. That's just over one a year, and here they are. Which is why we are very excited to be announcing our new resident group, Babylon Young Company. It's already in operation on Saturdays in term time with its core teacher and practitioner, Sam Plum. We're hoping that there will be new auditions very soon, so please keep your eyes open.
We also run Elevation Youth Dance from the college. If you're interested in taking part in this, please contact Helen Garner, who is our head of dance. And here are some of the many emails we've received this last summer to thank us for helping to get people to the next stage.
So just before we finish and move to a final montage, we're just going to hear from Amelia and Jake. And it'd be great to know what you now would say about drama, how it's helped you, and also what your next stage might be. Amelia, let's start with you.
Yeah, so as you've seen throughout the presentation, one of the things that was really special for me about Hills is kind of the opportunities and the possibilities that you get when you come here, the enrichment productions, the options that you can take, and really how you explore drama here kind of widens your idea of what theatre really is. And for that reason, I'm actually going on to do drama at either Warwick University or Leeds University.
Thanks very much. Jake?
Yes, I would agree with everything Amelia said. I really love how collaborative and supportive it feels doing drama at Hills. You can share ideas with lots of like-minded people and put them into practice in some really great and diverse productions. This summer, I'm going to be doing the Babylon Fringe show, as is Amelia. And then after that, I'm going to be going to university to study history and English with an offer from Oxford University.
Well, and congratulations to you both for already securing your offers for the next stage. So now we're going to finish with a quick montage of recent student work and productions put together by our interns. And if you have any further questions, email Lydia, lairs@hillsroad.ac.uk, or myself, R. Fredman @hillsroad.ac.uk, and we will happily answer any of your queries and hope we can see you at auditions and interviews very, very soon. Thanks very much and bye-bye.
Good morning, my lad. And take a step. She moves like a duck. She can hear you, you know. You move like a duck. Oh, hello, Arthur, my darling brother. How are you?
Hello, Morgan.
Is that your sister, Morgan, on the phone?
Yes, it is. Busy yourself with woman tasks.
But we'll be waiting there.
Joseph K.
So without having done anything wrong.
He was arrested one fine morning. His landlady, who usually brought the breakfast at 8 o'clock,
Failed to appear. That had never happened before.
I always get so closeted at these family things.
Butch. You get Butch. Hey, Cousin Boris, you don't remember me. I'm Lou, Rachel's boy.
Okay, you stay here. I'll go get it.
Have you been to the post office? Pencil, where's mine? Good God! Colonel Mustard in the ballroom with the leg pie!
Your sense pursues not mine. Either you are ignorant or seem so craftily, and that's not good.
Then let me be ignorant and in nothing good, but graciously to know that I am no better. Did I tell